Okay, so ang concern mo is basically you want me to give an insight regarding your current finances, check about your insurances, and of course, give improvements. So you've been a client for years already. So I guess nare-remind naman kita kung ano yung coverages mo. But I hope na this session could be in replacement of our yearly financial planning. So ang unique financial story mo kasi is that you are a client abroad. So kinuha mo yung policy nung nandito ka. It's just that ngayon, lahat ng income mo, pati yung outflow mo, nagagastos na sa abroad. And you still keep on paying the policy because you have a desire to come back here in the Philippines when everything settled down. So, I know that your wife, together with your son, is already living abroad. Yung school nandun na. So, talagang kung ano man yung maiipon mo, the best pursuit of money for you is to have an ample amount of cash na para pag uwi mo rito, you could still sustain yourself. So yun yung long-term plan natin. But it's very difficult for now because you do have your circumstance na lahat ng gastos mo kailangan mong tugunan. Now, I asked you several questions through questionnaire and here are your answers. You mentioned na yung savings mo is less than a month na lang. I'm not sure if it's because meron kang big purchase sa ginawa or talagang stable ka lang ngayon. Kung magkano kinikita, yun na yung lumalabas. And I understand because nandiyan na yung pamilya mo, mas marami ka nang ginagastos ngayon. So, it's good pa rin na at the end of the day, you're still stable. Now, pagdating sa budget mo, this is a good approach that you do have like a structured budget and it's easier for financially stable people to do this because hindi masyadong malaki yung excess na pera kaya talagang kung saan lang napupunta yung pera, doon lang talaga napupunta yung budget. May konti lang ipon. Yung income mo varies from month per month. So, hindi man siya stable, but you've been there for quite a long time and you understand how your income fluctuates month per month. So, you could estimate. And I know you do have an idea kung paano that i-budget yon for the entire year. Expenses mo is estimation. Now, maganda, wala kang utang at property acquisition nakatali ka. Now, yung insurances mo, I do have the complete insurances na kinuha mo sa akin, but I don't have copy of your work insurance. But I assume since you're working in Japan that they have a good health insurance. So, that's good kasi yun yung isang threat sa finance mo dapat. Investment mo, kung ano lang din yung nakalagay sa akin and then yung wealth mo financially stable. So, it's good na lahat ng expenses mo nasusupport pa rin. So, let me give you an insight first about insurances na kinuha mo sa akin. Now, all of your insurances, since you still continue paying for it kahit wala ka dito through someone you know na nagbabayad ng insurance mo, pag nagpapadala ka, lahat ng benefits ito ay mapapakinabangan mo pa rin kahit nasa abroad ka. First, yung critical illness plan mo, which is 1 million coverage that could cover heart attack, stroke, cancer, whenever, kung sakali man. We don't want that to happen, pero kung ma-experience mo yan abroad, it will still pay out kasi it is effective. Sudden demise, it will be converted into life insurance. So, it's alright na binabayaran mo siya. Plus, makakatulong to kung sakali man umabot ka ng age 70, umuwi ka rito. Tapos, ang sabi mo sa sarili mo is kukunin mo na ng pera, you don't want you to be covered, you could get that money kasi babalik namin kung magkano yung hinulog mo, total na hinulog mo, while you are still being covered for the rest of your life dun sa remaining na amount, dun sa pinangakong value, which is 1 million. Life insurance mo is 2.7. Now, this is what I admire about you because you secure na kahit anong mangyari sa'yo, may matatanggap si wife at saka yung anak mo. So, kung ano man yung plan, for example, moving back here in the Philippines or continue the education, laging meron. Kasi aside sa active income, you already know your position. Active income earner ka. Ibig sabihin, pag di ka nagtrabaho, wala kang kita. So, naiintindihan ko na masipag ka and I salute you for that. But one thing I admire the most is that alam mo na pag may nangyari sa'yo, merong matatanggap yung pamilya mo at yun yung Flexi Protect mo. It will give you 2.7 million. And then yung retirement plan mo, which is pagka bumalik ka dito sa Philippines, na-accumulate unti-unti. And this could be a start of something new. Kung sakali man you wanted to put up business, kagaya nung bago ka umalis sa Philippines, ito yung accumulated fund mo. So, keep on paying for it. Hindi nasasayang yung hulog mo sa tatlong insurances na to. Now, ang assessment ko is tama, financially stable ka. Ikaw ay kumikita, lahat ng gastos mo nababayaran. Though konting-konti na lang yung kinikita mo. So, ang need ng urgent attention mo pagdating sa finances is kailangan mo makahanap ng paraan para mag-increase ng income. It could be side hustles. It could be looking for another job that will give you higher income. Or you could talk to your wife and help you with the finances if that is okay with you. But the thing is, you should look for a way na mag-grant sa'yo ng additional income because it will be very difficult for you to maneuver the finances of the family pagkasaktuhan lang. Eventually, tataas din yung gastos ng anak mo because syempre, pag tumatanda, mas malaking babayaran sa schools and all. So, you have to be prepared for that. And also, since ikaw ay less than 1 month na lang ang extra savings mo, you have to put up a system to build your emergency fund. So, here is my advice to you. Now, first, start for looking for an opportunity to give you access sa mas maraming pera. Okay? Search for online job, pursue your passion. If you have extra time, there are a lot of parang remote working, and maybe you could explore that on top of what you're doing. Kung gusto mo naman ng active income, since skilled worker ka, look for part-time jobs dyan sa Japan kasi kailangan ng finances mo ng extra. Next is, you have to manage your expenses until mag-ease up yung pera mo. Habang naghahanap ka ng job, ask your wife to manage well your finances. It's because tumataas yung mga bilihin plus yung mga pangangailangan ng anak mo ay pwedeng tumataas din. So, kailangan kontrolin yung expenses kung hindi itataas yung kita. So, banday mo ng maigi yun. Next is, for your emergency fund, all you need to do is just to allocate like very small percentage. Start with that savings of yours, put that as a stash of money para sa emergency fund mo. And then, ang gawin mo is lagyan siya kahit 5% lang. Parang non-negotiable whenever may kikitain ka, kada pasok ng pera mo, 5%, idagdag mo to sa emergency fund mo. You will thank me for that because we won't know when you will be needing that. Pwedeng loss of job or pwedeng emergency like kunyari pangailangan ng anak mo. And ang maganda sa Japan is yung health insurances nyo okay na. But if you want to send me the copies of your insurances, I could summarize it to you. Okay? Para mas madali. And then, make your savings consistently. Mahirap or hindi yung pera, kailangan mo magawa ng paraan. So, kung meron ka ng dedicated 5% to increase the emergency fund, make sure na yung wife mo, tsaka ikaw, 95% lang ng pera, yun lang yung binabudget nyo. Kailangan masagot lahat ng expenses. Gawin mo yon hanggang sa magkaroon ka na additional income. Now, pagdating naman sa policies mo, continue paying for the policies. Just like what I've said earlier, walang tapon sa tatlo mong policies kasi mapapakinabangan yan by hook or by crook. It's just that if ever man mapunta ka sa isang sitwasyon na kailangan mo talaga ng pera, talk to me and we could review your plan kung pwede kang mag-withdraw dito. Pero hanggat maaari, huwag tayo mag-withdraw lalo na sa first 10 years ito kasi may surrender charge to. Okay? So I guess that's it for now. If ever man you wanted to dive deep pa sa mga advices na to, you could just contact me and just a PM away. Okay? So keep fighting and I'm rooting for you.